Well, hello. Today we will be tying these two flies. There's one there that's tied with the tungsten bead head and one tied with the glass bead head. The glass bead head works a lot better in shallower water conditions and calmer little streams than the heavier tungsten one. So there's a place and time for each and every assortment. I already got the hook here in the vise, and I'm going to explain these materials off as I'm tying along here. I'm going to put the purple tencel on first, laying it down and bringing it on my side of the hook towards me. And then I'm going to come back up to just in front of the point of the hook itself. And I'm going to tie this copper wire back in. Or not back in, but tie this copper wire in, I should say. And I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to place it on your guys' side of the hook. Let me make sure we're still staying in focus. So, before I was kind of interrupted there by the dog, copper wire on your guys' side of the hook. And then we have our purple tencel already tied in. I'm going to come back up here to the front, right next to this glass bead. And I'm just going to make a real quick little half hitch there to tie it into place and hold that thread just in case I bump it off the end. And now we're going to get a hold of that purple tencel and we're going to make touching wraps with it, being very, very gentle on it. Not to stretch it, but to get it tight enough on there to where it doesn't want to slip, where it just wants to lay there nice right next to the other piece that you just laid down. And you're going to do this all the way up to where that bead head is here on that hook. That little glass bead looks really nice on there. Just keep an even tension on everything so that way it doesn't slip. Trim that tencel off. Make sure we're still focused in. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to take and start wrapping this copper wire now, and I'm going to make pretty much a full turn down here at the base and then start my turns coming up and around. And I want to try to do at least 5 to 7 of these little segmented wraps coming up around the bend of the hook there and back up towards the eye. Nice and gentle with it, because it may be wire that's made out of copper, but it's still pretty weak to an extent. Alright, we've made it. Go ahead and lock that piece of wire in there, and somebody else would say helicopter that thing right off of there, just like so. I'm going to go back just a little bit with this thread and make sure we get all these pieces of wire and everything tied down in there. Now here's my little special technique. I'm going to use the whip finisher to make myself a dubbing loop. I want about 3 inches of thread sticking out there. I'm going to bend it in half and then make myself a dubbing loop. Get up over there. Nice. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that peacock black eye stub, and I'm just going to shove it inside that dubbing loop just like so. Give her a whirl. After you get done giving it a little whirl, you can kind of prune it out a little bit, or preen it, whichever you'd like to say. And then we'll just start our wrapping going up towards the front. And you don't want to get too thick with it, but you want to get enough on there to where it has kind of a nice little body shape. I think that's good right there. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Just like so. Clean that off the whip finish. And right there. That's pretty much it. Super simple, super easy. and 100% effective. Thank you guys for watching, liking, subscribing. It's taken me 7 attempts to get that fly tied and get it tied right, and hopefully it stayed focused this time. Otherwise it's going to be 8 attempts. So thank you guys.